So when it was a time, ladies and gentlemen, that many Maritimers who played for Harvard in the NCAA went on to great success in the NHL, mostly in the 80s and 1990s. Now, one of these players became probably one of the most important New Brunswick-born hockey players of his era. Of course, we got to be talking about the very legendary and a very talented, both on and off the ice, Don Sweeney. Now, Donald Clark Sweeney is an ice hockey defenseman who played over 1,100 games in the NHL, mostly with the Bruins. Now, he ranks among the top 10 in many Bruins team statistics, including 4th overall in total games played. Now, after retiring from hockey following the 2004 season, he worked briefly as a broadcaster before rejoining the Bruins as a team executive in 2006. Now, he has served terms as general manager of the Bruins, and it's a position he has held since May 2015 after replacing Peter Chiarelli. Now, 5'10", 184, he grew up in the great community of St. Stephen, but decided to leave New Brunswick to skate for the prep team St. Paul's School in Concord, New Hampshire. He was drafted to the NHL by the Bruins out of high school, 166 overall in the 8th round, but he postponed his NHL career in order to attend Harvard. Now, while attending the prestigious NCAA university, he lived in Grays Hall during his freshman year. He played hockey for 4 years there for the Crimson Squad, where he was named an NCAA East All-American and an All-ECAC first-team All-Star in 1988. Now, he made his NHL debut during the 1980 season, having spent half of the year with the NHL's Maine Mariners. The following season, he helped the Bruins to win the Prince of Wales Trophy by scoring 6 points in 21 games, but unfortunately they lost to the Edmonton Oilers in the 1990 Stanley Cup Finals. In 93, in one of his best seasons, he played in all 84 games for the Bruins and put up 36 points and ended up winning the Adams Trophy that year. In both the 95 and 96 seasons, he was second amongst Boston defensemen with 22 and 28 points. However, in 98, he missed the last 23 games of the season with a fractured shoulder that he suffered on March 1st. In the next season, Sweeney achieved 205 hits and 85 block shots in 81 games, one of the best defensive totals of that decade. And in the 2000 season, he had 301 hits and 84 block shots. And the following year, he had 172 hits in 72 games. And in 2001, he had another good year with 18 points in 81 games. Now, in 2003, he unfortunately only scored 8 points in 87 games as his team nestled into third place in the division. Now, of course, on November 14th that year, he played in his first 1,000 NHL game. Now, Sweeney's grand total of 15 seasons in Boston encompassed 1,051 games, being one of just 4 players and only the 2 defensemen in the squad's history to play in over 1,000 contests. Now, since July 2006, he has been ranked 3rd on the Bruins all-time games played list, while among all-time club defensemen, he ranks 10th in career goals, 8th assists, and 9th in points, 52, 210, 262. He ended his playing career in 2004 as a member of the Dallas Stars. He retired with full NHL totals of 52 goals, 221 assists, for 273 points, and a minuscule 681 penalty minutes in 1,115 career games. He added 9 goals and 10 assists for 19 points with 81 penalty minutes in 108 career playoff games. Now, his executive career is quite interesting. Now, following the firing of Peter Chiarelli as the Bruins GM on April 15, 2015, speculation had surrounded Sweeney's status within the Bruins front office. At his early May 2015 meeting with Bruins head coach Claude Julien may have been indication that as well as Julien remaining as a Bruins head coach into 2016, Sweeney could possibly be in line to become the Bruins' next GM. Of course, on May 20th, they named Sweeney as a new GM. Now, on June 26, 2015, at the NHL entry draft in his first major move as a GM, he traded restricted free agent defenseman Dougie Hamilton to Flames in exchange for the draft's 15 overall pick, used to select Zachary Sainshen and 2 second-round draft picks. Shortly after, he traded longtime Bruins forward Milan Lucic to the LA Kings in exchange for the 13 overall pick, used to select Jakub Sabano, Martin Jones, and Colin Miller. 4 days later, on June 20th, he then traded Jones to the San Jose Sharks for a first-round pick in 2016, which was used to select Trent Frederick. Now, Sweeney guided the Bruins returned to prominence in the 2019 season, winning the Eastern Conference Finals and securing a berth in the 2009 Stanley Cup Championships against St. Louis. Despite losing to the Blues, he was recognized as the NHL's General Manager of the Year at the NHL Award Ceremony in Las Vegas on June 19, 2019. Now, his personal life includes also being part of a very, very strong family unit, as his beautiful wife and championship Canadian figure skater Christian Huff have a pair of twins, Jared and Tyler, and of course Christine teaches elite figure skating in the Boston area. She has done quite well at the Olympics and the Worlds, top 10 results, and one of the most underrated skaters in Canadian history. Just happened to be bad luck. There was a lot of strong Russian and international teams ahead of her in her pairs career, but a dynamite athlete in her own right. So again, final NHL totals, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget, with Team Canada in 1997, he helped his squad to a gold medal that year, 1 goal, 3 assists, and 4 points in 11 games. Now, awards and honors, we talked about that. All ECAC Hockey First Team and E Second Team All-American, AHCA in 88, and General Manager of the Year award in 2019. Now, he's a living legend in Boston for one basic reason. He was probably the most consistent defenseman they had in what was called the second golden era, what I call after, like in the 1990s, where basically Boston was contention every year, but unfortunately bad results kind of followed them in the playoffs. But I mean, you look at the 91 season where he played 19 playoff games, 3 big goals, and he had 8 goals in a regular season. So he was kind of a combination of kind of a Gary Doak, Rick Smith, little bit of Rick Reen, rarely made a mistake, and again, he kept his head quite often. Very rarely would take a penalty. Again, not a pure quarterback on defense, but a good number 2 behind Chera, behind some of the other key players that either he played with or followed. So anyway, that's the story of the legend of the spectacular Don Sweeney from St. Stephen, New Brunswick. This is the latest and ongoing series about NB athletes who made the NHL. If you have any more suggestions, please let us know. And check for the current archive on our YouTube channel that details some of these champion players, including Gordie Drellin, Gordie Dwyer, all the key players, Jake Allen as well. So thanks for listening. Give us a like, comment, and subscribe, and Happy New Year. Bye.